25th and 26th, affiliates of Cheryl Underwood Radio. We'll probably do it we're doing it in a sports bar, but we're in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. And there were two things that we were supposed to talk about, and it's couple driven. I thought one is a lawsuit and one is couple driven. Let's do the couple driven first. What's happening with T.I. and Tiny?
Well, T.I. and Tiny, allegedly T.I. grabbed an unauthorized booty, and Tiny
T.I.
got upset. Yes, allegedly.
He slapped it.
He slapped the booty. Slapped the booty. Tiny got upset.
Was she witness to it?
I think it was on video.
Somebody's at a party after his show, and they're Snapchatting it, and the girl comes down to sit next to T.I., and he slaps her booty before she sits down, and then she grabs his leg and is caressing on his leg, and he goes in her neck, the back of her neck. So
infraction, Courtney? Do you believe?
Very much so.
Why? Okay. That's the question, Jim. Go ahead. See how white people ask the best questions.
Good question.
Great question, Jim.
The best question. Harry, that was a good question.
That was a great question.
That was
straight to the point.
Good place to start.
Mighty white are you?
Let's cut the crap.
That's right. So are they together, Colin, Courtney?
I think they are.
So they're back together.
Yeah, I think they are. But the thing about it is the angle that I was very curious about is T.I. posted on Instagram that note to women, happiness needs no validation. The ego does. Most women out there nowadays just want to be married to impress their friends, boom, family, his side pieces, and to fit into society's standards. Now that's not love.
And that is why we're talking about it in the sports bar when men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop, because I believe there's a lot of truth to that.
And there's another part. So Tiny shot back, and she hit him where it hurts because she just posted Snoop Dogg talking, and in the video Snoop Dogg says, let me see, crown the king.
Snoop Dogg really love his wife.
He sure does.
No.
Yeah, but they've had problems too.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's been married for 20 years, and Snoop Dogg was basically saying how women, his wife in particular, help him stay sane and successful, and say it's the case. Say it's the case for other married rappers as well. Basically saying the wife helps me stay sane.
So marriage is the case?
Well,
is marriage the case that the game? That the game? Because at first it was murder is the case.
I thought it was murder.
But it's now marriage is the case.
Marriage is the case?
Oh, that's the remake.
Both of them carry life sentences. But
y'all just Harry Sutherland. What are you going through today? There's any more of life sentences? Oh, you're killing me today.
I'm not feeling good today.
So let me show you what
Harry, you married?
Yes,
Harry say I'm not feeling marriage today.
Hilarious.
God. Okay, what you say, Kyle?
She says, crown the capital letters king, and T.I. is known as the king of the South, so that's a little slight. Crown the king who knows that his queen is the most important piece on the board.
You know, I just think these are two people that love each other but don't need to be together or can't be together in certain ways.
Would you take your beef to social media, Cheryl?
Well, let's talk about it when we come back. Let's talk about it when we come back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio. We're in the sports bar. Men come talk, women come to eavesdrop. You'd like to weigh in? Give us a call, 1-855-SHERYL1, or email us at SherylUnderwoodRadio.com.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Please don't mention anything we just talked about in the break, because I'd hate to lose my 226 affiliates. Right. But what are we supposed to? Are we supposed to bring back some?
Well, I want to clarify, Cheryl.
What do you want to clarify?
I was talking about Tamala Jones. When I said the girl from the wood,
and she's too old to play Tammy.
And I'm looking at Tammy Terrell. She looked just like Taraji.
That's who I was.
No, what about Janelle Monáe?
Yeah.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Moment of silence for my brother, Jamel Raymond Bishop, please. Thank you very much. Today in the studio, I have the pleasure of my daughter, Miss Shay Miles.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm always here.
You gotta give it to him right.
I'm always here.
Yeah, tell him.
Hi y'all. It's Friday, so y'all know we celebrate my uncle every Friday.
That's right.
So thank y'all for the moment of silence. It's been a good week.
Yes.
How your week been?
It's been long. I've been busy.
I just graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I have 2 jobs now.
2 jobs? Mine?
I went from not having a job at all to having 2 jobs.
Progression.
Thank you, Mr. White.
Mr. White?
He helped me out.
I want you to, this is what I want. I want you to invite Mr. White. I want you to give him the proper introduction.
Okay, so Mr. White works at Career Academy. Career Academy is an alternative school. Mr. White, whenever you're having an issue, you can go in Mr. White room and talk about whatever you're going through. Okay. Mr. White helped me put together a poetry club.
Okay.
So he's also a dope poet.
So can we get? I'm blessed. Listen.
I'll put him on the spot.
I'm blessed with 2 poets. I'm gonna exclude myself. I just write, but I'm blessed with 2 poets. Maybe we can hear something today.
Hear a poet too, y'all.
Okay, can we hear something today? Is that possible?
We'll see.
Okay, Shay, you might got started off. You might gotta get him going.
I actually got a poem that goes along with our topic tonight.
I'm sorry.
I got a poem that goes along with our topic tonight.
Okay.
So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Give me 1 second. It's in my notes.
Okay. While Shay gets it out of her notes.
It's right here.
You got it. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
What if I told you politics was just a pile of shit and that Democrats and Republicans are just Bloods and Crips? What if I told you the world we live in is very corrupt? We are forced to have leaders who just don't give a fuck. What if I told you you are being controlled? Your favorite rapper is being told how to make you dress, what to make you say, and how to make you act. The government is a circus and we just happen to be the clowns. You think stereotypes is just a possibility, but what if I told you it is the government's responsibility to bring guns and drugs into your neighborhood? And you wonder why your friends didn't make it to C21. What if I told you the best thing for you and your family to do is get a gun? And don't use it for each other. You're going to need it to protect yourself from people who are supposed to help you. The police department is the new Ku Klux Klan, so it's more than okay when Lord Day end up dead. That's what they want you to do. It's no reason for blacks to be hung from trees if we hang ourselves. I encourage you to stop focusing on religion and start building a relationship with God. Religion is a business, and they getting rich. If church is the house of the Lord, why can't homeless people sleep in it? I need you to open your eyes. It's things about America that you need to realize. You don't got to listen to me. Just don't be shocked when your life starts to look a lot like what you're saying on the news. Remember that a 20-year-old warned you.
Okay. What's the name of that?
What if I told you? I'm guessing.
Okay. Bravo. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Let me ask you, what made you come up with that?
So have you been watching the news?
I don't watch the Idiot Box.
You got Instagram, so you've seen it. You've seen it on your timeline. How they got these kids in these camps.
On them camps, yeah.
So I made a post because everybody kept reposting it. And I refused to repost it simply because some things is just fake news. I'm not saying that that's not happening, right, but it's been happening. So why are you choosing to share it with us now? I'm not one of those people that see something and then post it, because in my mind it's already happened. Right. For instance, they did the same thing to the Jews. They did the same thing to the slaves. So if I'm going to share these Mexican children in camps, I'm also going to show y'all what they did in Africa, what they did in Germany. I'm showing y'all all of that because this is not new. Right. So I just wrote that poem. That was my way of addressing the situation.
They say history repeats itself, and a lot of people are blind to it, but everything is happening in our face, and it's like they're saying us what we're gonna do, or what can you do?
Exactly.
Nothing. Well, we can, but me personally, when it comes to our people, we don't support each other.
We don't.
We don't, and it takes for a major tragedy to happen for us to so-called get together and rise up as one. Give it 2 weeks later, we back to the same stuff. Just like when Lil Mike might get killed on Pennsylvania Avenue, the police gonna sit their car there for their presence for maybe a week and a half. After that, it's back to our regularly scheduled program.
And then I'm to the point where, are you just posting this, or like, do you even care?
Right.
To be honest, because you keep posting, pray for this, pray for that. Are you posting or are you praying?
Posting. Most of them posting.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, most of them.
How do you feel about this, Mr. White?
Well, I do agree. It's unfortunate that we come together on the holidays and our families and funerals.
That's
right.
true.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was talking to my cousin, my female cousin. I was saying, Dad, you remember back in the day when we went over our great grandmother's house every Sunday to eat dinner? Every single Sunday we went and broke bread. Every single Sunday. And we've gotten so far away from that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy you say that, because I wrote a piece, and it's called The Good Old Days.
Yeah.
And I compared how Sunday dinner, how, you know, it's a family thing to have Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Sunday dinner has been replaced with Sunday day parties.
Yeah.
Parents ain't home. They shaking their tail.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, when I was younger, my father used to wake me up bright and early on a Saturday morning, music blasting, keep sweat, clean your room, sweep them out, vacuum, etc.
Yeah.
They don't even do that.
Well,
they gotta get your kids off the video game.
She still wake me up.
Yeah, that's right. We need them old school morals. We do.
We do.
Because it's crazy. You gotta parents. I'm not telling you how to parent, but get your kid out that game.
Yeah.
That Fortnite is cool for a few hours. The phone is cool for a few hours, but put a book in their face, or better yet, if they're gonna be on their phone so much, put them on a website where they can read.
Yeah, and it's to the point where people don't even know how to hold a conversation.
Right.
They just text you. You right upstairs.
Yeah.
What?
Texting has taken the place of conversation. So we got to break out of that. We can't be so lazy. It took me to. Well, I'm lazy. I lost my phone and was lost. I couldn't think of nobody number but my mother's and my father's and my one of my sons. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
His number was
I changed my number.
His number was easy.
Changed my number a lot.
I was surprised.
And you got a couple of them to remember.
Yeah.
So
shout out to all the Miles clan out there. I love all of y'all.
Let them know how many of us city.
I have 8 children, 7 are living, and I take pride in being a father. One thing I will say, not to get too far off that topic, but I'm gonna put this out there, ladies. If you're in a relationship and the relationship fails, that doesn't mean run the child support.
Yeah.
Your relationship with your mate has nothing to do with your mate's relationship with that child. Exactly. Let them bond, because child support has destroyed plenty of homes.
Yeah.
Plenty. But shout out to the fathers that are on child support. Shout out to the fathers that are doing what they need to do and doing what they have to do to provide for their families. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate y'all too. Shout out to the father figures.
Yeah, shout out to
y'all too. For the
too.
people that don't even have a father.
Right.
It's people like Mr. White coming to school.
Shout out to Mr. White.
And that's a father figure for you.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I'm really here to talk about tonight. That piece.
Yeah.
We started that conversation at the graduation.
Right.
And I always say my business is my ministry.
Yes.
So when people think about relationship coaching, they think specifically about marriages or people in couples and things of that nature, but my focus is the family.
Right.
Just what you mentioned about the influx of our community, or communities in general, of mothers and fathers that can't even get along for the benefit of the child. Because ultimately it affects the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, shame on us if we are in the house talking about their mother in their midst and downing her and making her sound bad. Shame on the mother if she's in the house in front of the kid demeaning the father, because it doesn't bring us together.
Right.
So my whole ministry is about just that, bringing that family dynamic back. We're not talking about going down to child support. We're talking about us coming together as a immediate community to figure out how we can resolve this issue. Is it business? Is it bitterness? Is it unforgiveness? Is it some form of resentment?
I'm gonna send them down now.
We gotta be mature enough and love enough to move past that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for the work you do, because as I sit and watch, the de-escalation of the black man is real.
Yeah.
The de-escalation of father figures, in the household is real. It's a lot of women. I'm not taking nothing from y'all, but a lot of women like wear the badge on their chest of I'm a single parent. There's nothing wrong with that, but a child needs their father.
Yeah.
A daughter, son, it don't matter. They need their father.
And vice versa.
Yes.
There's a lot of single dads.
Yes. Shout out to the single dads out there, because there's some of them too. But I'm gonna tell you what kind of hurt me. Mother's Day, you can go anywhere. Give it 2 days before Mother's Day. You got balloons, you got bags, you got stands. Father's Day weekend, I was just riding around.
Yeah,
I ain't see near stand, balloon, bear, nothing on the streets.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt.
Yeah.
It did. It hurt.
Yeah.
And children, a voice is better than a text. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, that's
all right. So try not to text your messages.
That's true.
Just pick up the phone.
When it comes down to Father's Day and Mother's Day, I'm sorry that I'm not really big on those holidays. Because if you ask me, your Father's Day is every day.
Every day,
I
you're
always
right.
show my parents that I appreciate them. So I really don't need a day.
Right.
I feel like you received your Father's Day all year. My mother received her Mother's Day all year. So it's like when that holiday comes, what can I do for y'all that I didn't already do? What gift can I get y'all that I didn't already get y'all?
Not about the gifts at all. Not about.
So it's like the only thing I can say is like, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. Now, what you will find is people that don't have the greatest relationship with their parent.
Right.
Shout them out on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Buy them gifts because they didn't do that for the whole year.
Right.
But I don't need a day to justify how I feel about somebody.
All right. And we got to go to a break. We will be right back. Please don't go nowhere. Like and share the show. This is It Is What It Is Radio.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
And thank you, super producer. So, we were talking about a young man who will be forever remembered, XXXTentacion.
Just call him
Tentacion. XX. Well, I want to get his whole name in there so because, also, Jim, hanging around us, black people don't hear very well. So if I say X, then everybody start panicking.
Which X is it, right?
Yeah, DMX.
Right.
I want to call him Triple X.
That's right. Triple X Tentacion.
That's a different, Triple X is a different person.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to say X.
Wrestler.
But I want to make sure, because we did get on a tangent of me telling the joke about my best friend crying for my husband at the funeral. But I would hope that everybody would lay off his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend right now, because she's probably mourning his death too.
And what do you mean by lay off?
Well, social media can be very in their feelings.
Very mean, yeah.
Yes. So
what does she got to do with it?
Well, they were going to court because of domestic abuse.
And sometimes when the fans, they pick a side.
Yeah.
So she's a victim, alleged victim of being domestically abused. But now that he's dead, they're making this. Now she's a victim.
They
again.
may be swarming on her, and also they may be picking sides, either side, or you should be happy because now he ain't doing this no more, and she's probably mourning. So I just want people to understand. Now's not the time. Right? Now's not the time. What it is a good time for is a Marvin Gaye bio picture. Produced
not a biopic?
No.
It's not a biopic?
You say biopic in this job. You will hasten your demise.
Are you sure?
That is my biggest pet peeve.
We know.
Biopic.
Yeah, we know.
So many times.
Biopic is
the
two
only word you can
optics.
say.
Am I right, Courtney? Back with
That's optometry talk.
That is.
Two eyes.
You get another day, Courtney.
Courtney did good, Courtney.
Courtney here for a long, long time.
I hope so.
Courtney done figured it out.
She learned.
Yeah, she was slow, but
Yes,
she came around.
Took me a minute.
Yes,
but I see it.
that's over here. over the eBays.
She said, "Do you mean biopic?"
Right.
No, I mean,
had to go ahead and scrape open that scab.
Yeah. Right. And I'm like, why do you not understand that it's a pic?
Right.
So why would you not understand that? Never mind.
Marvin Gaye is going to be in a new biopic.
What? He's going to be in a new eyeball?
You did try to trick me when I first started with that question.
Yeah. Yeah. No, really, I wanted to see how you said
we all
it.
cringed.
Right.
Hello. We all brace ourselves.
Right. Said it right. Because I want to prove that I'm not stupid.
Right. You're not the crazy one.
Right. That's right. So Dr. Dre is producing Marvin Gaye. I think Michael B. Jordan should play Marvin Gaye.
Ooh, that could be good.
Well, I think he has the look for it. I think he also has the acting ability to play his temperament. And he has the ability to wear skinny pants.
Ooh, you know who would be great? Columbus Short.
Nah,
you know what? Yes,
Nah, after he played Little Walter out of Cadillac Records, and then
not a lot of people saw that though. Sure.
But he done put on all that weight. Now he's not as lean as he used to be.
He's kind of fat. Oh,
yeah. He thick. He's thick. Yeah. Ooh. Speaking of thick, I know we going into the sports bar. Me come talk with him. What's up with Kobe Bryant being all yoked up? What's happening?
Oh man, he lean.
He's still working,
but he muscular.
So hitting them weight, Cheryl.
We're gonna talk about when we get in sports.
Sure,
Let's talk about when we get to sports. So, well, I wish Dr. Dre the best of luck on this endeavor, and I really hope it happens. And I really hope Michael B. Jordan can play him. And
does it have anybody in mind?
I don't think he does.
Chadwick.
But you know what I would love to see?
Right,
I would love to see, what does he do every black person here? Well, I would like to see if Michael B. Jordan plays Marvin Gaye, I would like to either see what's the boy? Donald Glover play David Ruffin.
Oh, nice. What about Tammy?
Tammy Terrell?
Yes, ma'am.
Tammy Terrell.
We need some singers, huh? Who is?
Let me see.
You know who might be able to do it?
You know what comes to mind for me?
Who?
I can't think of her name, but she was in the wood and told them that this is not the place to come by for us.
How far back you going?
Is she in the
right?
She's still good.
I thought I was the queen of the. I thought I was the queen. I was thinking Zendaya. I was thinking Lauren London.
The girl from Blackish.
Yeah.
Yadara.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, but I don't know if she has the heft to play Tammy Terrell, the body type and the heft.
Tammy Terrell look like.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. There's a lot of positivity in the room. Mr. Saquon Maxwell has joined us. How you doing today, sir?
I'm chilling. Maintain.
Let me say this. If y'all don't know, man, y'all need to follow this young man on Facebook and Instagram. Mr. Thanksgiving, he's definitely giving some positive input and information for the youth, and every day
real talk
I go on his joint.
And if you can't spell Thanksgiving, go search hashtag Voice of the Youth. Check it out, man. And the meaning slightly behind my name, Mr. Thanksgiving, cause somebody asked me that the other day, like, why you name yourself Mr. Thanksgiving on Instagram? I'm like, bro, it's deeper. Like, I'm thankful for what I was given, so I hope the people that I'm talking to are thankful for what I'm giving back.
Exactly.
So I hope you saying thank you when you watch one of my videos, like, because it'd be crazy. I get them DMs like, bro, this just motivated me to go back to work, yo.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, go to work.
Go to work. Get the job done.
Get that work.
That's how we got the door. We before you came in, we were talking about the de-escalation of the black male, and how in relationships when they fail, a lot of the mothers shoot the child support, thinking that that's right and separating the family. So that's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. I don't listen, man. I like I told my guy the other day. I say, bro, listen, the child is a child, so you gotta do what's right for the child in that situation. Whatever you and the parent going through, that's between you and them. You don't take your child and neglect your child, or tell your child that he can't see his father, or in some cases it's dudes that got the child and tell the child like, yo, you can't see your mom's, like your mother this, your mother that. Like, children do not forget stuff, bro. They do not like.
Not at all.
And whatever impression one parent is giving on the other parent, it's gonna mess that child up. So my only thing with that topic, bro, is like you gotta be mindful. Even if you're going through court cases, like the child knows about this.
Right.
And I think a lot of people in those situations forget, like, yo, we doing this for the child. Like, because I done seen some dudes like, oh, my baby mother gonna hate me after I win this case.
Right.
Hey, I thought you was doing this to get your child. You're doing this to get back at your baby mother. Right. So I'm just gonna say, bro, children don't forget nothing.
At all.
So you gotta be mindful of how you carry yourself around that child.
Children like sponges; they will never forget. They even remind you, "Oh, Dad, remember when?"
Oh, trust me. I had my nephew last night tell me, "Yo, I think it was about 2 months ago." I told him, I was like, "Yeah, during the summer we can go ahead and go to Six Flags and do your thing. Like last report card look good, right?" He come in the room last night like, "Uncle Saquon, remember you told me to go to Six Flags if my report card look good?" Whips out his book bag. I'm like, oh,
gotta go now, right?
Right. I got you.
Right, Mr. White. Let me ask you, what do you get out of doing what you do?
I feel like I'm giving back to the community.
Yeah.
To a broken community.
Right.
You know, and just going back to what you guys said, when we get to a point where, despite of how the relationship turned out, we're still doing family things.
Right.
We are winning as a community.
Right.
So the gratification is seeing the father and the mother who disliked each other for whatever reason, now coming back to love each other, if for nothing else, for the sake of the child.
For the child. Right.
And doing some family things together, like should be done.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, if he or she is in a relationship with somebody else, my hope is that they will be mature enough to be able to have a productive relationship with your family, despite of whatever relationship is going on outside of the family.
Right. Right.
Because our kids need us.
Bad.
Our kids need us. So it's gratifying.
Yeah.
To say the least.
And I think, see, the difference between when I was coming up and now, we didn't only have our parents. We had neighbors.
Yeah.
All other family members. Your aunts and uncles and your neighbors had the same they can do whatever your parents would do.
Right.
You know, we don't have that now. And I think, like, with this generation, they're more or less looking for something to follow. They're looking for something to grab onto, positive, but their peers are following negative stuff, the music, things on TV of that nature. Yeah. So instead of going to the left, they want to fit in. So I think it's kind of like a chemical combustion almost. It's like to do the right thing is hard.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to see, they're scared of how they would be perceived.
It's no Maya Angelou's, Malcolm X's, Martin Luther King's in my generation.
We need that.
And if it is, they're afraid to speak up.
Hello.
Hello.
Hashtag voice of the youth. I'm here. I'm going to talk to y'all. Listen, I tell them all the time, I'm going to have a conversation that's going to make you real uncomfortable. Right. We're going to talk about stuff that shouldn't be social norms in our community, bro.
Right.
Like, we shouldn't be at a point where we shake each other hand and say, be safe. Like, we shouldn't be at that. That's not normal. Right. Like, I play travel lacrosse, so I'm around, being honest, white dudes a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Right.
When they shake my hand, they tell me, see you next week, though.
Yeah.
And then my natural reaction is, be safe.
Yeah.
And they look at me like, what? Like,
right.
Oh, yeah, I'm going back to the war zone. You go ahead out there on the farm. But she brought a good point. A lot of people are afraid to say what's going on.
Yeah.
You're right.
A lot of people don't like.
Definitely. I made a post that said, well, you wasn't here when we just talked about this, but about how they put in these children in these camps. I made a post that said they did the same thing to the Africans, the same thing to the Jewish, the same thing to the Chinese. So people was DMing me. People that didn't post anything, didn't share what I posted, but were DMing me saying that we need to be friends because that's the way that they think.
Yeah.
But they're not putting it out there that they have that mindset. It's like, if you don't think the same thing that everybody else thinks, you're not cool. Like, peer pressure is beyond the school system.
Oh, yes.
It's in real life.
Yo, and that right there, what she just said, as far as how they treated all these other races before this, what's going on right now. Like, first of all, let's jump on top for a second. This stuff is not new.
No,
we got the technology now.
That's it.
That's just exposing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's this. None of this is new.
Right.
Like I'm 20 years old, right? And I like being around older people because older people tell me like, yo, we did this back in the day.
Right.
This happened like this back in the day.
Right.
And when I go do my own research, yeah, they did that. The Asians, the Chinese people, it's crazy.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. In our final thoughts this week, we talked about the life of, how do you say, Extension?
They call it Extension.
Tentension.
Yeah, you can just call him X, Cheryl.
Yeah, they just call him X.
Triple X?
Yeah, they just call him X.
But they call DMX X.
That's what I was confused.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was
20 years ago.
I still call him X.
Yeah, a lot of people still.
And then I know at least 2 dancers that go by X,
right?
Because of ecstasy. That's right.
But DMX
And then I thought Exhibit was X.
Oh,
X to the Z.
Oh, X to the Z.
Right.
It's kind of like back in the day in the 80s when there was Ice this, Ice that.
That's right. Everybody's Ice. Ice-T, Ice Cube,
New Generation X.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, and he lost his life in a violent way. And now, did they have a wake for him this week? And I guess there was an expression of extreme grief.
Yes,
Let me say it like
people
that.
are really responding. The fans are upset
because you have a story.
It was
about
a
that.
riot in LA.
Funeral.
Expression of extreme grief.
Yeah, somebody. At your husband's funeral?
my best friend Peaches tried to outcry me at my husband's funeral.
Peaches, I remember Peaches. Yeah.
Peaches.
And let me tell you something, Tangent. She came up wailing. My father looked at me because we don't show emotion on my father's side. It wasn't no part of my family, but my father's like looked at me like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm sitting there next to you." I turned around, and my best friend Peaches was wailing. Sigma Gamma Rho out of Chicago. She's part of the reason why I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta. Wailing from the back of the room, wailing, and Courtney Black back with the facts. No, that's right. No, don't you leave. My father said, "You better do something." She got up to that casket and clowned for a while.
No way.
And he pushed me and I pushed him. And I got up and I put my arms around and I pulled her close.
What'd you say to her, Sharon?
I said, "Bitch, if you don't sit down."
I know that's right. My show cold.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Back in the building, y'all. Welcome back to It Is What It Is Radio. I am your host, Tyree Miles. Got Mr. White, Mr. Wax, Mr. Maxwell, and Miss Shay Miles in the building.
Right.
I'm sorry, sir. We cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What was I speaking? Oh, so it's a test in New York City. So yesterday I was watching CNN, which I never do because CNN, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, so I go do my own research, right? And there's a test in New York City that they give Asian Americans to determine if they're a minority or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh.
I didn't know that.
And I called some of my friends, and thank God I got a friend who's studying law right now. And he was like, basically, what this is a test to determine if the government's going to support you or not as your Asian American. So in New York City, they don't want to label Asian Americans as minorities because of how smart they are.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. Like, and I just go back to what she was saying. Like, this stuff been happening.
Yeah.
And it's only getting worse because the people we got in power.
Right.
That's exactly what's going on. We got a dude in the office who don't care about nobody but himself.
Exactly. But you gotta ask yourself, and it's crazy. I've been on just thinking about Donald Trump myself. How do we let a man with no experience
I got the answer.
Racist.
I got the answer.
The money.
It's the money.
The money, right?
Well, can I say something?
You sure can.
He has. If you look at the qualifications, he has.
He does?
Yeah. Okay. He has a military background.
Okay.
He's the correct age.
Facts.
Okay. He has a financial background.
Oh yeah, that's heavy.
He proves that he can make money.
Yeah.
He has all the requirements, but people don't like him because he's racist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't really have a problem with Trump. He's not your first racist president.
Right.
I actually respect the fact that he says what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have so many presidents that were racist and thought the same way that he thought, but didn't say that.
Right.
They just gonna shake your hand on everything. He let you know how he feel. He's ignorant.
Ignorant,
and he shouldn't be anybody's leader.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with him. Reason being, it's because the moment they made him president, I knew that would wake up a lot of people. Anything, because people in my generation feel like because they didn't go through it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So the moment that they put him in line as the president, I was like, oh, y'all about to experience some racism if y'all haven't before. So I was grateful because I feel like my people need that to be closer. Unfortunately.
You think we getting closer though?
They need to go down south for real to see blacks, whites. They need that.
Yo, and it's funny that she say that because before I was put in this wonderful position that I was put in, I always thought like, yo, we got it bad in Baltimore City. Like, it's terrible here. Like, people die, we broke, we living in the jets, no lights. I got put in the position I got put in and got to travel. And the worst place as far as racism, bro.
What you think? I'm going with Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I was in some back county of Texas for All-Star game, National All-Star game, right? 10 minutes before I'm up, this is real life. Like 10 minutes before I'm up, you got all these hunkadilly people over here doing their thing, big pickup trucks, da-da-da. I walk through, I go see the medical nurse. She take me up right before the game. I'm walking. And remind you, at this point, I'm top 10 defenders in lacrosse in the state of Maryland. Like, people know who I am when I go to lacrosse events.
Yeah.
I walk in, as soon as I get through the gate, big white guy, probably 240, 250. He like, boy, what you doing here? And I literally felt my body go, this ain't the place for you, yo. Like, yo, I lied to you not. Right. My heart stopped. And the first thing I could do is call my coach name. Like, cause he was white and he knew why I was there. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I play on the team. Like, I actually play with your son because I seen you at a couple of the games. Like, how you don't recognize me? Yeah. Right? And he was like, not you. Not this boy. Like, he kept calling me boy. So I'm like, yo, this is real. Like, I don't like this.
Now, Texas boy.
I don't like this. Take me home.
I'm glad you made it back.
Like, hey, I was the first one on the bus.
How you do in that game, though? Did he shake you up?
Nothing shake me from perfecting my craft.
Okay.
I'm going to shine.
That's what's up. That's what I wanted to hear.
I wanted to show him.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, I'm playing y'all game and I'm playing it better than y'all.
Exactly.
Don't worry about that.
That's what's up. That's a good thing, man. Keep up the good work. Please do, and keep spreading the positive information that you spread. Yeah. You know. So, Mr. White, let me ask you: have you had a lot of cases as far as in school when with your family ministry, where the child the parents treated the child like their friend? Did you get a lot of that? Yeah. How do you deal with that?
That's the new normal.
Yeah.
In our family units now. And understandably, when you take the main authority figure out of the picture, in some cases it makes the woman uncomfortable with assuming that role.
Right.
So you have, and I'm thinking of the shorter women, right? With the sons that are much taller than them. You know, not beating them no more.
Yeah, true.
You know, the discipline is different.
Yeah.
So there's a fear factor that comes into place because now that male figure who is supposed to be the head is your son.
Right.
So there's a shift in role.
Yeah.
Because the mother who has to assume the authority may or may not be comfortable with that role anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So here comes the son, you know, big chest.
Smelling herself.
Yeah, smelling herself, taller than mom. So now she compromises.
Right.
And he becomes the friend because really it's a way of hiding the fact that I can't discipline this kid anymore.
Right.
This kid will put his hands on me. So there's a fear factor there in some households.
Right.
And then you'll see the other extreme where the mother will go off.
Yeah.
I'm talking about she'll grab anything that she can get her hands on.
And go upside that melon.
And be real excessive because she wants to have that roll back.
Right.
And she doesn't want to struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, so the ministry is all about, hey, look, we recognize that there's an issue. Let's not stick our chest out and be so prideful that we won't accept this man back in this family unit so we can make things go in according to how it should go.
Right.
With the father being actively involved so that he can be the disciplinarian, not from afar. But the mother should be able to get on the phone and say, you know what, look, hey, what's up? What's going on? What you doing? I ain't doing nothing, just chilling, watching a little football. Your son acting up over here. I need you to come step to him right now. I'm on the way.
On the way.
Not, why you calling me? You know, you need to learn how to deal with him. I'm not always going to be there. Nah, it's not helping the unit.
Right.
So we gotta love each other enough to be able to have those kind of conversations so the unity is where it needs to be.
Yes.
If not, that little boy gonna get big.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Y'all seen Boys in the Hood, right? When Trey was living with his mother and then got shipped to his father. Same thing happened to me, 6th grade. Living with my mother. I really wasn't a bad child, but my mother knew when it was time, when her job was done and it was time for my father to take over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the respect was always there, but one thing I laugh about, I was with my mother one day. I don't remember what happened, but I was going to do something, and I was on my way. She said, boy, don't do that. I ain't do it. I still got that respect for my mother. My mother told me not to do something, I ain't doing it. 40. People, I don't understand some of these kids these days, man, but got to keep that respect level.
And what happens is, over time, the conscience is seared. So what happens is a total compromise. So when that big boy who's 14, well, 10 years ago, he was 4, and you thought it was cute.
Yeah.
You thought it was cute for him to start cursing.
I can't stand
You thought it was cute for him to be the bully.
Man, yes.
But what happens when he's 14 now? Now he's bullying you. You
can't do nothing about it.
Now you're trying to call Pops.
Hey, and Pops not having it.
He ain't having it because that dynamic not with
you. Right.
Yo, and like, I don't tolerate that with my nephews, bro.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't have it. Like, your mother talking to you, stop what you doing.
Yeah.
Look your mother in her eyes. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's done. I did it this way.
Yeah.
And me and my sister didn't have falling outs because I told her, like, that's not how you play with him.
Yeah.
Because when he get older, he gonna think like, oh, my mother cool, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't play that. We had a family function not even a week ago. My nephew see one of his little cousins do something with his mother. Like, his mother like, yeah, go ahead, over there dancing, cussing up the storm, doing something that he shouldn't have been doing at 7. At 7, my nephew's 8. My nephew walk over beside me, sit down in the chair like, Uncle Saquon, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna move.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna move because I know that's not how I'm supposed to act.
Right.
Whereas even in school, I see it in school, bro.
All the time.
Where parents are coming to school like, why you don't got your uniform on? Because I ain't want to put it on this morning. All right, well, you go in there and tell them that.
It's to the point where you think your parent is your friend, and when they try to parent you,
you don't
know how to
respect it.
receive
Right.
You don't respect
because they done been give. I done seen it done so many times.
I wish I would. I wish I would.
Yeah, I'm 20 and I still ex.
Man, I still call my moms and be like, hey, Mom, you about to see something on Instagram you might not like.
Right. That proper respect.
Me spazzing on me. My biological moms, I haven't lived in a house with my biological mother for 8.5 years. Yeah. Right? But if my mother walked through that door right now and told me, take them headphones off and chairs in my house. Right? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Gotta go. Right.
Because I know what it is.
Yeah.
Mom Dukes beat me in front of my principal in the 6th grade. She did not care. Like, so I know it's there. It's just not that hard loving no more. It ain't. Everybody want to be a friend with each other. Yeah. And that's a big problem.
Yeah. And having friends, you'll see the difference between their relationship with their parents and yours. For instance, when I wanted to get my tongue repierced, right? I was going to ask my mother. No, I'm going to go back to when I first wanted to get it pierced, not even repierced. I wanted to ask my mother. I was 18. Asked her. Okay. I'm talking to my friends like, which one should I get? So which one is cuter, this, that, and the third? They like, why you gotta ask your mother? You 18, just get it. First of all, can I live with y'all?
Right.
If I just get it, no, it ain't gonna work like that. Even to the point now, if I want to spend a night at one of my homegirls' house, I ask my mother.
Tell the people how old you are. Tell them.
I'm 20, and I'm still. My mother on here now. Look.
Yeah.
I asked her.
Hey, you know what though? You know what I learned? I learned what that is. That's called love.
Yeah.
My mother didn't love me. She'd let me do whatever I wanted when I was young. Now, people gonna look at like what I did, what I decided to do when I was. That's not her fault. That's not that, because at that point I was being a product of my environment.
Right.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Not a product of my decisions. Mom Dukes was doing everything she had to do at the crib. Yeah. It was my choice to go to school and get expelled from all Baltimore City schools. That's because I was doing what I thought my friends at the time was like, oh, that's right. Yeah. So don't nobody. So listen. I know about it.
Right.
I know about it.
So let me ask you all this: what can we do to possibly get this respect back? By us being in the school system, you know, when the students aren't with their parents, they're spending a lot of time with us every day. So we have a lot of positive input on them. What do you think we can do to make things better?
First, we got you. I hate the fact that we only get 8 hours a day with these kids in the building. So it ain't really much we could do.
Right.
But me personally, I first of all, I set that boundary. Like, I'm an adult in this situation, and this how this get handled, right? And then sometimes you gotta talk to them in language that they understand. Like when we coach the basketball team, you see how like sometimes that let them know, like, oh, all right, I get it. He understand what I'm going through. He understand what's going on. But at the same time, it's that fine line of I can't cross that line with him. I know what it is. So I think we just gotta keep reinforcing that.
Right.
Like, we are the adults. We know what's going on. You play your role and be the child and let me take care of you.
Right.
Versus, you gonna be my friend. Come on, let's go down to your aunt's house and sit down here.
In some schools, I watch teachers go through a power struggle.
Facts. That's
You're not supposed to do that.
Excuse me.
A child disrupt. First of all, you don't want to do your work, don't come to school. I don't care if your mother dropped you off. Walk down the street, because at that point you wasting my time.
Right.
Yeah. I'm in a class that's already frustrating, and then it's you.
Right.
Refusing to do your work. You and the teacher going back and forth.
Right.
So some teachers have to learn that they don't have to prove that they're the adult. The child know that.
Right. Hey, we got to go to a break. Please stay with us. We will be right back. This is It Is What It Is Radio. We'll be right back.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him.
You can't even see the top of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're now listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. It's time for our HBCU shout out. Courtney Black back with the facts. Who you shouting out today?
I'm shouting out Elizabeth City State University.
Yeah,
North Carolina.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Affiliate.
That's right. Affiliate of Cheryl Underwood Radio. Right. Kyle Irvin, who you shouting out today?
I got to go to Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm going to Shaw University.
Yeah, boy. Me and Harry Southern was at Shaw University.
That's right.
Yeah, we were talking about, wasn't that where we had the law? It was the legal panel where Willie Gary was on the panel.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. For the guy that's calling in and going, I love Word of the Day. Why you don't do it every day? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I don't,
good answer.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So we're talking about the border policy and why we should have zero tolerance of the zero tolerance policy. Right. But I hear that the Homeland Security lady can't go out to the Mexican restaurant. Oops, because she got screamed at. And then another Republican politician, his meeting was taken over by white people.
That's right. That's right.
White people are mad about this.
Always.
They're mad. Kyle, you say what?
Well, it's the white people that when you get white women angry,
yes,
change.
Hillary Clinton, you better figure out why you lost.
You get a white woman angry, and she starts to talk about injustice. Then things change.
They start
like
marching.
The white people mad at Trump is what you're saying?
Yeah. When white people start coming to your defense, namely white women, and they start saying this is not fair.
Right.
It's not supposed to be this way.
That's a good white woman. That's
a good white woman.
That's a good white woman right there. That's right, Courtney. Do you feel like we were having lunch? A salad, some Chardonnay.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Shout out to Ronald Johnson. What's up, man? You coming up soon. You did a hell of a job at that graduation. I applaud you, sir. I applaud you. We going back in. I'm going to read some of these comments. Well, is one in particular, Miss Donna. I cannot pronounce your last name. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try it. Is it Boisseau? It's Boisseau. Anybody?
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Boisseau. Miss Donna, call us up and let me know if we're gonna say Boisseau. But she says she's 5'7" and her boys stood taller and swelled up, but never disrespected her because she instilled the respect in them in their early years. You have to train them up, especially when the dad isn't. It is what it is, radio. I don't know how to do this. Speaker, hello. Oh, can you hear me now? Uh-oh, hello? Uh-oh. I'm a rookie with this phone. I'm a rookie. I'm sorry. Call us back. Please call us back. I might have to try to.
And let me while we doing that, let me interject.
Matter of fact,
Miss Donna.
Okay.
So, first of all, I have a lot of respect for you, Miss Donna, and continue to do what you're doing because it sounds like you're doing a phenomenal job. The love holds people accountable, and because you're holding them accountable, they have a lot of respect and reverence for you. I wanna give you this thought. We were talking about, before the break, we used an example of what goes on in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
So what tends to happen, and I'm
gonna try this again.
Okay.
Let's try this again. Oh, hello? 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 Look,
I don't think it's bad for us.
I'm gonna leave y'all my number. Wait a minute, there we go. Hello?
Hello?
Can y'all hear Miss Donna?
I can.
All right.
I've been listening to your show, and I'm 5 cousins. My sons are 6'3" and 6'5".
Damn.
And they've been taller than me since they were about 12 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been intimidated by them or tried to be their friend. They're now 27 and soon to be 29, and I'm still in their face.
That's what's up, Miss Donna. Listen, we applaud you here. We need more like you. We definitely do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we also need more like you and the gentleman there on the panel, as well as your daughter. She's
thank
very
you.
intelligent.
Thank you.
So young. I never take the credit for being a single parent, although their fathers were not full-time fathers, by their choice only. But my son's football coaches were actually the people who assisted me greatly in raising them.
Okay.
I do believe that if it wasn't for them, my life would have been a lot harder raising 2 boys to be grown men.
Yeah.
Right.
And every Father's Day, I shout them out, each one of them individually, because it takes a village. It definitely does.
It definitely does.
So to all the men out here who are not sharing the same DNA with your children, but are stepping up as stepfathers, mentors, teachers, guidance counselors, coaches, my hat's off to them. I praise them all because they made my life a lot easier. I have 2 boys that I raised as a single parent, but they're both successful grown men now.
Right.
Awesome.
And I know I didn't do it alone.
That's awesome.
But
Shout out to
unfortunately,
you.
I didn't do it with their biological fathers either.
Yeah.
Shout out to your coaches. Shout out to all the coaches, mentors, like you said.
Can I ask Miss Donna a question?
Okay, yes. We got a question coming, Miss Donna.
Miss Donna, can you hear me clear?
Can you hear him?
No, I didn't hear the question.
Oh.
All right. So, first of all, I wanted to, we just passing the mic around. I wanted to thank you for being outstanding. I was saying that how love holds people accountable. And it sounds very clear to me that you held your boys accountable. And as a result of that, we see the fruits of it. My question to you is, and I don't know your dynamic specifically, as a single mother, if there was ever an opportunity to mend fences with their father, would you have been willing to do that for the sake of the kids?
Both of their fathers, they both had different fathers. They both were in their lives for maybe the first 2 years. One I refer to as a holiday father because he only comes and gets them and takes them out, you know, during holidays, basically to show them off to the family.
Okay.
The other one, once we were no longer involved, he shied away.
Okay.
They were never denied an opportunity to be with their children or to be fathers to their children. Even now to this day, I've always welcomed them. And they've come to some events they haven't come to. But it was never volatile where they couldn't take part in anything. I would never stop a man from seeing their children.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Shout out to Miss Donna.
Shout out to her.
Hey,
Whether or not they wanted to be present, and they chose not to be present.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Praise God. Thank you,
Miss. Hey, Miss Donna.
Thank you.
Miss Donna. Hold on. Don't hang up yet, Miss Donna. We're trying to pronounce your last name. Before you tell us, is it Boissel?
No, it is not.
Boissel.
I'm telling you, some of them letters not pronounced.
Wait a minute. Let me look on the comments one more time. Just the last time. All right, just tell them. Just tell us. But so I said that.
And we're back with more Cheryl, the Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Before we move on to our next topic, Jim, did you have time to contemplate? Did you use the word discriminate? That's going to be our word of the day, discrimination.
Discriminate.
Okay, do you use it, Jim? Do you say?
Cheryl, I got nothing.
I've
used it. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to look through this thing.
What?
Yeah.
This is the best day ever.
Don't never use that word. They don't never use it.
They don't want you. So why they don't want to use it, Harry, since you hanging out with them?
Because what's going on is that, we use it a lot as African Americans.
Because we want you to know what you're doing?
That's right. We're going to try to forget that. We're going to try to move on from that. That's what they want to do.
Now, see, a lot of people use discriminate as a pejorative. I'll go ahead.
Pejorative.
Absolutely. But I was taught that discriminate really means separate from. So, discriminate, word of the day, D-I-S-C-R-I-M-I-N-A-T-E. D-I-S-C-R-I-M-I-N-A-T-E. It's a verb. To mark or perceive the distinguishing or peculiar features of, to differentiate or distinguish by discerning or exposing differences. To, as an intransitive verb, to make a distinction or to make a difference in treatment or favor on a bias other than individual merit. It's from the Latin word discriminatus. Now, don't call in hip hoppers. Did you say Illuminati? No, I did not. Discriminatus. Because they will, they will hear me wrong.
Right.
Past participle of discriminare from discrimin distinction, and from discernere to distinguish between. It was first used in 1615. So it means to distinguish or to separate. Okay, but then it was applied politically as a negative treatment. Am I right, Harry?
That's correct.
So to discriminate against someone.
That's right.
So
like white gay men.
What?
They'd use it.
That y'all being discriminated.
Yeah, white gay men.
Oh, that they're being discriminated against. That is a good way of looking at the time that a white person would use discrimination. Or let's give you another inflammatory way of thinking about it. If you're a white man believing that the system is against you, you will say reverse discrimination.
That's right.
Come on now.
That's right.
Are we too deep for a shallow vibe today, baby?
Wow.
Listen to me. And now that everybody's passion is inflamed, the true focus of discrimination is the treatment of our brown brothers and sisters on our southern borders that are coming to escape crime, violence, tyranny.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Viewers, I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience while we go through these commercials, paying some bills.
Yo, so the lady who just called in, I'm glad that she touched on the topic of non-biological men stepping up to do what they do in these neighborhoods and take care of these children the way they do. Whenever y'all get a chance, whoever watching this, I strongly recommend y'all go on Instagram and check out the dude, Uncle T.
Oh yeah,
Uncle T.
Shouts out to Uncle T.
Guys, shout out the Challenge to Change, man. Uncle T is great. Yo, it's funny because I was going through the Explore page, right? And I seen like 3 of his videos and I kept going past. I'm like, let me click on and see what he talking about. And the first video he clicked on applied to my life so much at that moment.
What's his Instagram?
It was crazy. _Uncle T or something like that. Sure. I'm gonna share it with everybody, but yo. And I always, when people ask me who he is, what he do, I'm like, the only way I can explain this to you is he's going into neighborhoods and giving positive energy where people think only negative energy live. And I'm like, yo, and these places that he's going, I'm talking, he's on Monument Street, he's on Pennsylvania Avenue, he's in Gilmore Homes, he's in McCullough Homes, he's in all these places that we look at on the news like, oh, them boys down there crazy.
Right.
He down there, camera in face, like, we love you. We want to take care of you, right? And he had an event June 9th that I spoke at, right? And the impact that he had on so many people in Baltimore City that hold a reputation,
right?
He had some of the hottest rappers in Baltimore City walking in speaking like, yo, Uncle T was my father. Like, and for her to say that, it was like, yeah, you don't got to be biologically or any type of way connected to these boys to change their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see those little dudes washing the windows on MLK, every time, $2-3.
Yeah.
Because I know you could be doing something worse.
Exactly.
I know you could be doing something worse, but like she said, bro, you don't got to be related to these boys at all. Just stop and talk to them.
That's it.
Talk to them, holler at them. Everybody not ready to be a gunslinger. Like,
I want to challenge everybody to uplift someone. Like, a lot of people, I don't know, around my job think I'm crazy because I'm always complimenting people. There's nothing wrong with a compliment. There's nothing wrong.
You know what I
with
say,
making
bro?
people feel good.
Every one of my videos, I ended with kindness is free. Spread it everywhere.
Kindness is free.
Spread it everywhere. You don't go broke. You don't lose money for simply smiling at a person when you walk past. 2 years ago, I was sitting in high school, bro, and we had a man come who shared his life story with us. And he was like, my best friend committed suicide in college. And in his suicide note, it said, while I'm walking to this bridge to jump, if one person smiles at me, I will turn around and go back to my dorm.
That's deep.
And me being a junior in high school, it didn't register. Until I left high school and I seen this dude speak again, and I was like, yo, I walked out there, I walked past 10 people. Have a good night. Like, and that's exactly why I took on the mantra of kindness is free, sprinkle it everywhere. Because if he wrote in that note and said, if one person, and he said that the walk was 20 minutes from where he jumped from, if one person smiled or asked how I'm doing on my way to this bridge, I will turn around and go back to my dorm.
You never know.
That's why we live by kindness is free, sprinkle it everywhere, man.
Right. And speaking costs nothing. You can say good morning.
It's free.
Hello.
I'm one of those. I'm always speaking. To the point where when I used to work at Shoe City, people used to be so confused on why I was so happy all the time. They wasn't used to going in the stores being greeted. I'm like, hello, how you doing? I did that at Korea when I went. I always speak.
Some people look at you crazy when you come.
First of all, my parents know too many people for me to be mugging people all the time. I gotta speak, because if I don't speak to them, they gonna speak to me. They're gonna be like, you Ty daughter, you Andy daughter. So I gotta walk around with a smile on my face.
Oh, another thing that just made me think about something. Parents, I just want to ask y'all this. Do you all recognize or realize that when you or your child step outside of your house, it's a representation of you? Pull your pants up. Father, tell your son, pull his pants up. Oh man, I'm so tired of that.
I not to cut you off. I got told that so much when I was little that it's natural. I tell my nephews that. Like, my mother told me, like, go back upstairs on that shirt. You walking out this house representing me. Like, I got told my mother, like, it was me and 3 sisters. Only 2 of them lived in the house with me. So my hygiene was always on point. My sisters did not play that. My mother used to post up at the front door before we go to a gathering. We all come running down the steps. And it was always me. She would always take your ass back upstairs and on that shirt. Like, you ain't ready to go around the fam looking like that. Like that. And when I was, a lot of stuff that I was told when I was little, I was like, she get on my nerves. But now that I'm older, I get it. Because when I'm in public and someone look at the child that I'm with, I see how they living. If your child well kept, they gonna be like, oh, they got a nice little spot. He know what's going on. Versus if your child out here snotty nose, nappy head, what's going on at the crib? It's gonna draw questions. But you're a representation of your parents, man.
Right. And another thing I want the parents to think about: the way that you carry yourself. Don't you want your children or your child or children to be able to walk with their heads high wherever they go? In good faith. That starts with you all. You all lay the foundation for your children. I don't think a lot of parents understand.
A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people feel like what they put in the world, only they get it back. That's not true.
No.
Because if you was out here selling drugs, killing people, believe it or not, if they didn't get to you, Either they're going to get to your kids or your grandkids. It's a cycle. You might have been stopped selling drugs, been stopped shooting people. It's going to come back.
Yo, and that's exactly what I speak on, bro. It's okay. Now, why it all comes back. It's okay to be competitive, but it's not okay to be competitive, have competitive hate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's like if we did something back in the day, and y'all ain't break me off right out whatever we did, I'm gonna hate you forever. And I went to jail and I don't see you, like, and I come home and they're like, oh yeah, sure, you know, he got 2 kids, they be down there. I'm gonna go get him,
right?
Because I feel like this the only way I can get back to you,
right? Because
if I can't get close enough to you, I'm gonna get close enough to something that you love and care about,
right? So
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So everything, and people gotta realize everything, like she said, everything you do affects the people around you. So how you talk, how you carry yourself, you gotta be aware of all of that, right?
I got a disclaimer. Y'all see this one here? Y'all look at the camera. Play if you want. I don't plan on going to jail again, but I ain't playing the games about my children. Leave us alone. It's a lot of miles out there.
Well, whenever people approach me and they know you, it's always a positive thing with both of my parents. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that y'all did good things in the world. Where people know me in a positive light.
In a positive
It's
line.
not, oh, you tired or oh, you ain't it's nothing negative.
Since I met him, what it's been probably like a year maybe?
Yeah,
like,
about a year.
Yo, people be like, yo, you know, Ty, yo, that's a good man. Keep him on your side. I'm like,
I try.
I'm like, I feel that energy already. You late.
It was crazy. Same thing with my father. So it was passed down, you know?
Yeah, he seen it today. He was complaining because my grandfather stopped talking to everybody.
It's usually me though.
Right. So you felt it. You knew she was on the other foot.
I said,
we're at the plaza, right? My man got a shout out to my man fella Walter. Go check his restaurant out, Bel Sebo in Ricerstown Road Plaza. But I'm talking business with him. I thought, oh man, I gotta go. All right, so I wrap it up. We walk into the door. He gets to talking to my man. Then they get the building. Then he runs to somebody with the high school with. I thought you had to go somewhere.
Yo, no lie. I saw that post on Instagram earlier, and that's what I'm doing, bro. We gotta support. Our own. Like, I know so many people that's out here grinding with good quality material, but we'd rather go to the store and spend $55, $60 on a shirt, on a pair of shoes. Like, the black dollar is not in the black community, man. Like, we you wonder why we stuck where we stuck at, because we don't support the people around us.
Right.
Like, I got so many friends, so many young people with so many thoughts, and I tell them every day, I'm like, bro, a dream without action is just a set of words, bro.
That's
like,
it.
Literally, first of all, shout out to my ex-girlfriend Keisha, who doing her thing with this clothing line, bro. And I was just like, yo, when I first saw it, I saw it on the Explore page, and I was like, ooh.
What's the name of clothing?
I know this, Shay Styles. So she's a personal stylist.
Okay.
So which is, first of all, shout out to her for thinking outside of the box. Because there ain't no too many personal stylists in the hood that's like, yo, let me style you. Right. So it's stuff like that you need to, that we need to stand behind and support. Even if it's just a random shout out on Instagram, like, yo, go check them out. You never know who gonna like that. So if we not giving it back to our community, we wasting our time. Right. And we gonna keep that in this continuous cycle that don't get us nowhere.
Nowhere.
And to go back to showing support, I go to open mic every Tuesday.
Ooh, what's that?
Love and Hip Hop open mic is at the Cultural Arts Center.
Shout out to Big Guy.
North Howard Street. $10 to get in. So, it's a lot of rappers, dancers, like whatever. So, I'm a poet. So the way that I look at it, whenever somebody get on the stage to perform, I show support. I'm not going outside to talk to people. I'm showing support. So when it's my turn, they show the same respect.
Right.
So it's like, it's to the point where if I don't perform, they pull me up like, Shay, you ain't doing a poem tonight.
Right.
So it's like respect. We like a family. Come through.
Mr.
White.
Yo, when some people
I'm gonna go.
Some people look at what I do when I be shouting my friends out, like, excuse my friends, like, you dick riding. Like, it's no. But like, you know what I ask everybody who say that? I'm like, is it dick riding if I go buy a $600 Gucci belt?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Is you gonna label that? Because if I go spend $1,000, on the pair of Louis Vuittons, like, would you call that dick riding? You don't even know that man.
Right.
You hold him to the highest praise. Like, yo, I had one of my old heads say something. He was like, yo, dudes will hate on a person that they live next door to their whole life, but support a dude who they never met.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, yeah, yo, ain't nobody reposting my videos.
Right.
Nobody reposting my pictures.
That's because I'm following you.
I gotta get that. My guys, like, I woke up. I told my guys about this last Monday, right? I was like, yo, I think I got a message for the world. They need to hear my voice. And my friends all play football in college, right? He like, yo, I played your video to the team, and they was looking for more.
Right.
So give us more. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm inside my own head. Ain't nobody want to hear me run my mouth on the internet. I wake up the next morning. My guys made me a YouTube page. They made me an Instagram page just for my videos, and they sent me all the information. It was like, yo, this is what real support look like.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me help you. I'm like, what? Y'all made me a YouTube? Oh, yeah. Like, they was like, yo, by the end of the day, you're going to have 30 followers. By the end of the day, I had 35 followers, bro. And that's all because they kept reposting it. They kept sharing it. It's like, yo, check my man's out. He got it. Like, now I got people in the DMs like, yo, you need to drop the video right now.
Yeah. Shout out. Keep doing what you doing, man. Yeah. Like I say, send them to my phone. I don't have to repost that. You know? But yeah, make sure y'all check them out, man. You gotta put the messages on Facebook too, though, for the people that don't have Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
So I know, but my thing is like, with Facebook, it's broad, but it's like a whole lot of older people, bro. And I don't think they're gonna receive my message the same way, cause
you never know. Put it out there.
That's another way. That's another reason I be in my own head, cause I be like. I had a video the other day. I sent it to I put it in the group message. I always send my group videos in the group message before I post them. And my guys was like, "Yo, my mother just watched this, and she was like, he been here before." I was like, she feeling it, and he was like, "Yo, my mother is 45, like, and she telling me like you just motivated her to go back to school and get her cosmetology license."
That's what's up.
So I'm like, hold up, it might reach the older people. So what am I doing here? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, matter of fact, leave your information in the comment box so people can, you know.
Yeah, and let me encourage you. I'm gonna support you by encouragement. Fear and faith are two opposite sides of a coin. So when you say you're in your head, you're saying, well, them people won't support me. If that's what you believe, then you won't work towards it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So your faith has to be greater than any fear that you can ever have.
Right.
So just do it, bro.
Just do it. Hey, we be right back. This is It Is What It Is Radio. We still here getting deep. Don't go nowhere. Please like and share the show. We'll be right back.
Everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show. So, since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is, and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
The name of the book is From Trial to Afflictions, more than one, because there were more than one afflictions.
Yes.
The book is talking about, actually, it's my life story. And I have to add in there that when that prophet told me, he said, tell your story, write the story. He said, and God said, tell your addiction. Now, see, I'm not going to tell the addiction because you have to get the book to read it. But it was about deliverance. It was about all the, trials and tribulations we go through, people that come into our life, even people that come to try and break you down or draw you down so that you can't stand for God or worship Him through your situation, because that's the adversary using them. We have to know that. But through it all, I was still praying and fasting. I needed help from God. I really did. I needed help from God to see me through. And for anyone that's going through, I say that this book is about different afflictions.
Yes.
Going through them, how you get through them. And I had a sister pushing me too, praying for me. I thank God for that again.
Yes.
But it also talks about deliverance. there is deliverance in the process.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to see yourself first to know that you need deliverance.
Yes.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on Be Exposed Radio.
It's a jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song calling to the show. Is we ready? Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You're now tuned to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics calling ask what you wanna know. 855 Cheryl want a number you could dial. Busy, better bring it back. Request your favorite track. She playing all new music, the groove too. Indie artists, mainstream, whatever consumes you. Topic of discussion, voice opinions, no bluffing. Cheryl keep it real, she don't sugarcoat nothing. Download the app on your phone or your podcast. Never miss a show. Take Cheryl on the go. Ain't no other stations hanging with my girl toe to toe. Email us CherylUnderwood.com. Smart, funny, and my girl changing the game. Ain't no other stations measure up the same. Turn it up, y'all. Your girl at it again. It's a jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song calling to the show. Is we ready? Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Cheryl Underwood Radio in effect. Back together. Super producer Vic Frost. The Iceman coming. Our favorite country lawyer, better known as Judge Harry Sutherland.
In the house.
All rise.
Stand up.
Courtney Black, back with the facts, live from the eBay studios.
Yeah,
that's one bag of eBay. One bag of eBay. Open the eBay. I need my eBay. Fabulous. Kyle Irby, male rights activist.
Be a man at all times.
And Jim Kelly, reason that there's Juneteenth.
Thanks for having me back.
That's right. Who stormed off in a huff.
Right.
That he will not be blamed for something that his ancestors did over 100 years ago. But he is back in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Somewhere in this show, we're going to announce the... how many affiliates did we have?
121. 221.
221. Okay, so we're going to announce 222, 223, 224, 225. I think it's 225 or 226. I'm going to figure out what this number is.
Yes, all the way down to 26, yeah.
Is it 26? How did I get to 26? Did I mess up something? Did I not send the right thing? Hold on, Super Loose.
You did right.
Well, let me get my little paper. We might well just do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do it,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to break. I'm gonna get my little paper together like Harry Sutherland. I got to lick my finger.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Call us, please call us up. 410-702-5657. Once you call that number, you will be transferred to another number. I just want you to transfer you. But for the viewers that's just tuning in, I'm here with Mr. White, Mr. Maxwell, and Miss Shay Miles. I wanted Mr. White to basically let the people know what exactly entail that you do.
Yeah. First of all, thank you.
No problem.
I know this happens the way it happens because it's God's will that we connected at the graduation. So I can't thank you enough for the opportunity. So my business is called DW Conflict Resolution Services.
Okay.
DW for my initials, and it's twofold basically. It's based off of the scriptures that talks about the greatest two commandments: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So when it comes to honoring God, there's a lot of things that could be honorable, but one thing that we often neglect is taking care of our temples. So I provide personal training services because we have the mentality, or we have adopted the mentality that our temples belong to us. So we do what we want to do. We eat whatever we want to eat. We don't rest. We don't work out, right? So my push is making sure that we are better stewards of the temples that God gave us. So we do all that through training. So that's one aspect. So I do conflict. I do conflict resolution as it pertains to weight management.
Okay.
The second aspect of it is where the family relationship coaching comes into play. Loving your neighbor as yourself. Nobody's going to be closer than you than your neighbor, as a neighbor than your family.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about honoring God, some people don't, or they dismiss the notion that honoring your fellow man, honoring your child's mother, honoring your child's father is ultimately honoring God.
Mm-hmm.
So I have experience, and I've been in human services for almost 25 years. I was a student of psychology, minor in counseling. I'm a big fan of cognitive and behavioral psychology, and I'm a big fan of the good book.
Mm-hmm.
So with all of those different dynamics, what I found is that there's a lot of people who I've come across that hate their child's mother, or they hate their child's father. And you'll hear them say it loosely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But again, it impacts the kid. So my whole ministry, as I say, my business is my ministry, is about rebuilding that whole family dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure out what the source of that issue is. A lot of it is bitterness.
Right.
The relationship didn't work.
Right.
Or it's resentment. They resent the fact that you did whatever, and didn't work this relationship out. Or it's just flat out unforgiveness.
Right.
So here's how that all goes back to God. What if God said to any of us, you know what, I'm not going to forgive you for that? You'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Yeah, what if God said, you know what, all the things you did, I'm bitter with you about that.
Right.
So who are we
I
to
need you to
raise
stop
our
saying that, you
standards above a holy God? That's dishonorable.
Right.
Anytime we can't forgive somebody, that's dishonorable to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he forgives us freely. He loves us unconditionally.
Right.
So you mean to tell me, see what the world does, we have adapted the mentality that we forgive but we don't forget. And it's toxic to every relationship that we're in.
Right.
So I try to impact that in the ministry. Because if you forgive and you won't forget, then did you really forgive?
Right.
That's the question we got to wrestle with. Because if the father of the family is going to do such and such a thing, and you're going to constantly bring up something he did 5 years ago, did you really move on? Yeah. But yet we mask it and we say, well, I forgive him because I let him come around. I forgive him because I let him call.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still bitterness there.
Yeah. Right.
So you really are not set free until you forgive.
Right.
And that's what the Lord is calling us to do, man. So I'm in the business of unpacking all that, because we have to make that investment into our families, because ultimately I honor God when I honor her.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm all about, Doc.
That's good. That's
good.
Positivity.
And, to go back to what you were saying, some people feel like if you forgive somebody, you have to allow them access to you. You don't.
Right.
For instance, I know some people who've been molested inside of their family.
Yeah.
Just because you forgive somebody that did that to you, that don't mean that you gotta respect that they're going to be at every family function. Right. You don't have to interact with that person.
Right.
Right.
Forgiveness is for you, but that don't mean be buddy.
Right.
Right.
With somebody that hurt you.
Yeah.
So forgiving somebody, you don't owe them any access to your life or to your energy.
Right.
You don't.
Right. Healing is a process.
But
definitely.
Also, people have to realize that just because you don't forgive somebody, that doesn't mean that your child should have a problem with that person.
Right.
Because your child don't have nothing to do with it.
That's right. That's right.
So like, and for instance, back to the molestation inside of the family, I don't believe that you should let the younger kids know that Uncle so-and-so did this to your sister or to your cousin. I don't think you should let them know. I think eventually they will know on their own. But you 5 and 6. I don't want you to look at your uncle or your pop-up as a rapist.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right.
So
facts.
When you spoke on forgiveness, it made me think about something.
Yes, sir.
Growing up, I mean, I had my mother and my father, but my mother had married, so I was with my stepfather and my mother.
Yeah.
My stepfather used to tear me up for no reason.
Yeah.
I was abused, right? So, I mean, he left my mother, I probably was about 8 or 9, I would say. Fast forward to 2002, I never forget it. I don't know why I woke up. I mean, that was always what he used to do to me was always on my mind growing up. But all right, we're gonna get back into that when we get back. But you struck something that I definitely got to speak about. It is what it is. Radio. We will be back.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're going to make those announcements of the 222nd, 223rd, 224th, 225th, and 226th affiliates of Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Wow.
Amazing.
And we'll probably we may do it at the HBCU shout out because these locations have historically black colleges and universities in them. But because that's so music driven, we may have to do it in sports because there's a sports connection too. So we're debating this between the breaks, and we love each other here on Cheryl Underwood Radio, but we will argue a point down to the ground. Won't we, Harry Sutherland?
Absolutely, that's right.
All the way down to the ground. What's going on with the immigration situation, Harry Sutherland?
Well, right now, over 600 United Methodist clergy and lay people are suing their fellow member and also Attorney General Jeff Sessions over his role in the zero tolerance policy. So he's known as a Sunday school teacher for the United Methodist. Yes. But now he's been sued by his fellow members because they're saying, how can you be a Sunday school teacher
and do this to
other people? That's
and stand up and quote the Bible and didn't even use the rest of the scripture that you quote.
Just use part of it. Just, a couple of sentences.
A class action lawsuit for the Lord. Okay. Doing wrong.
Like, can you imagine that? 600 people, and one of the allegations they're alleging is discrimination. And now, white folks don't use that word unless they have to.
Jim? Hold on. Let's find out first.
Yeah, we don't use it much, Cheryl.
Cheryl said Jim?
Is that true? I'm gonna tell you words y'all do use. Shenanigans. Sound like a club on the south side. Right next to Bentley's.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. That's right. Ladies' night at Shenanigans. So we're gonna find out after this break. Does Jim discriminate? If he does he use that word?
I gotta think about that.
And we're talking about news you can use.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Thank you all for hanging in there. Like I was saying before the break, Mr. White spoke on forgiveness, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, growing up, me and my brother, Jamel, a lot of you all know him as King Porter. We lived with, my mother and his father. So I used to get beatings for dumb stuff whenever he felt like it. He left my mother I was about 8, 9. Didn't see him. He didn't contact the family. I wound up running to him in 2002. I never forget it. I woke up one day with him on my mind. I used to be a one-on-one around the corner on Franklin Street. I forgot the name of the school, but I had a client named Jeffrey Osborne. I never forget it. A certain time of day, we would walk from the school to the main library.
Yeah.
We walk into the main library, hop on the elevator, go up 2nd floor, open the elevator. Who you think I see? Him. I went blank for a minute, but I came back and was like, you know what? Now is not the time. But I had this resentment in me from what he used to do to me, like just beating me or whatever. So I said, you know what? After this day, I wound it up. No, I'm sorry. I saw him that day on the elevator. He looked at me. I still look the same. I just got facial hair. He didn't know who I was, supposedly. So I said, Mr. Bishop. He looked at me. I said, you don't know who I am? He said, no. I said, my name Tyree Miles, your former stepson. So he looked. I said, I spoke. How you been? Fine. How you been? How your brother doing? Long story short, I get off of work. I go get my brother Porter. My brother Porter hasn't seen his father in over 15 years, something like that. I take my brother to his father. He didn't know who his son was. My brother had to give him his ID. I'm your son, right? Fast forward, it took a minute for me to, let it go. My brother gets killed. My stepfather finds out. He meets with the family. We Muslim, so we're supposed to get buried in 3 days.
Yeah.
On the third day that my brother was supposed to get buried, my stepfather couldn't make it. So they stretched the funeral to the next day. This man didn't show up. So I'm back to not forget. I'm trying, but I can't. It's tough. It's tough. I can't.
It's way far from easy. And like I shared with y'all during the break, you get what I'm saying? I watched Pops do is put his hands on moms over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was little, like we said, kids are sponges.
Yeah.
So when I was little, which I found amazing within myself, I never thought that was the way you're supposed to treat a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I seen everything my mother did at the house, from keeping the house clean, from making sure all the clothes was clean. I'm like, yo, it ain't no way in the world that he's supposed to be thanking her like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I never in my mind I thought that's like, yo, that's how I treat a lady when I get my girl. I can't wait to put my never.
No, right.
But watching Pops do what he did, first of all, shout out to my mother, cause she's the strongest soul that I know on this earth.
Right.
For her to do what she did, for her sign those papers and let me, she saw it. She saw what those people saw that I didn't see, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Pops, like I said, Pops went to jail. He was down for a couple years. All this time he in jail, I'm growing and getting better. I'm in Howard County giving speech after speech. I'm on ABC. I'm whatever, right? Comes home, I get a call from this random number, right? Like, it's exactly what it said on the phone. Hey, hey, man, this your father. I just want to tell you, man, when you get to the top, don't forget who was there for you at the bottom. That's the first thing my pop said to me when he got home from jail. I don't even know how he got my number.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is this? After he just said, this is my father, this your father, I'm like, oh yeah, where you staring at now? Pops, I'm gonna come chop it up with you, right? My intentions, I wasn't gonna go talk to that man. I was gonna hang up the phone. So you staring, I'm gonna get my cousins, you ready to go whip this.
Yeah.
That was my intentions, right?
Right.
I go around the way, pull up, I'm calling all my cousins like, yeah, we got one, boy. My cousins hotheads, they been in the streets all their life. That's all they know. So they get excited for drama, right? So I'm sitting there, we talking. And this probably the most sensible thing my cousin ever said out his mouth. He was like, so what it is, who want to smoke? I'm like, my father home, yo. And he was like, nah, go have that conversation, yo.
Yeah.
Go have that conversation. I'm like, what conversation? I ain't got nothing to say to him. Right? I go to Pop's house. First thing my father said.
Oh, we got a caller.
What do you think?
No. Oh. Hello. Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, everyone. I just want to give a major shout out to the panel. This is Andrea, the mother of Shaymal. And I just want to say that the show tonight was very positive. I'm proud of it. Proud of you both.
Thank you.
You know, more shows like this is needed. However, I wanted to address you guys speaking on, parents and the abuse that some children may have received and vice versa. I just want to say that hurt people. And as far as forgiveness side, you know that forgiveness is for you. So that's something that you definitely have to work on. And I say that to say that you are too powerful of a father and of a mentor to let something like that hold you in bondage. Like it's a trick of the enemy, of the adversary. However you want to do it, like that energy alone can push you in a dark place. You have too much light to shine to allow that to happen to you. Anyhow, I know how much you love your brother, but you said that you took your brother to his father. That statement alone lets you know how powerful the relationship between you and your brother was. Yeah. You know, your energy that you brought to your brother, like, mattered to him. So, for whatever reason, God allowed him to be absent. He was absent. And, you know, like, it's already written. So his presence could have been more harmful than good. You know, the enemy means for bad, God means for good. But however, I just wanted to say, don't hold on to that.
I'm trying. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I really am. Hold on.
Yeah, try, but I'm gonna believe God for you. I'm gonna believe God for him and for you.
You sound a lot like me, lady. But thank you for calling.
All right, y'all know I'm at work though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to get you off this.
Thank you for tuning in. Share the show.
It was a powerful show, and everybody that's on the panel, you guys gave a great outlook on things.
We're gonna bring it back. This is a good mix. It's gonna be more from us. Trust me.
Right. Nice show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you.
Love you more, baby.
All right, that was Miss Andrea Young calling in. Feel free to call us up. We are here listening and trying to present a little positivity.
Yo, so let me wrap it up right there.
Go ahead.
So I finally got out, like I use it a lot. I finally got out of my own head, right? And the first thing I did before I went and had a conversation with him, because the only thing that drew me out my frustration and drew me out of all the stupid decisions I made was lacrosse. Like, that was the sport I love. Like, dudes fall in love with football, basketball. I like this sport.
Right.
So I sent him a highlight tape. And he called me and went, "That's you? Ah, boy, I'm proud of you."
Right.
I never, ever, out of anything I ever did, like, I remember coming home on honor roll, and now, you know, in elementary school, they gave them little papers like, "Oh, you got perfect attendance," or "You got having uniform every day." I remember coming home, giving them to my mother and grandmother. They would go crazy. Right. Pops ain't bothered up. Ain't shit, boy. Right? For him to say, "I'm proud of you," that's what drew me to go have that conversation. I get to his house, knocks on the door. His wife at the time comes to the door. "Who you?" I'm like, my father said, "He stay here." He's like, "Your father?" I'm like, "Yeah." I give her a name and all that. It's like, "He got a son?"
Oh, wow.
So that just took everything back. Like, him telling me he proud of me was just nothing at that point. I'm like, you ain't even told this lady that?
Right.
Never mind. Yeah. He come out the door, we sitting there talking, whatever. He going, I'm listening. We not talking. I'm listening. He goes, out of all this stuff he's saying, I ain't even catching most of the stuff he's saying. He goes, "Do you forgive what I put you through?" And I asked him, like, "Do you realize what you put me through?" Right? I'm like, do you realize how bad you scarred me, right?
Right.
And it's funny because I'm best friends with my uncle, his brother. My uncle is going 85 years.
Oh.
Right? For 85 years, and I'm best friends with him. Like, my uncle calls me at least twice a week when we just talk. Right? But my father sat there, "Do you forgive me for what I put you through? Do you forget that?" And me at that moment, no. I don't know. Nothing you did helped me. Yeah. Right? But now, 2-3 years later, father back in the can. And when you said that, I was like, yo.
Hold up, he locked up again?
He went back to the can. Yeah. And I was like, yo, that helped shape and mold the young man I am now. Yeah. So internally, I did forgive him. Mentally, I forgave him, but didn't forget what you were saying, right? So internally, I forgave him and I forgot it without even realizing that I did that. Right. So forgiving. So that whole notion of forgive him but don't forget. I'm glad you touched that because that is toxic to our people. That's super toxic, right? Because and it don't make it better that rappers and these people that's in place of power glorify it.
Man.
I'm gonna forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget it. Like, come on, bro. You like you said, you ain't really forgiving them.
This music is whack that everybody listens to.
Bro.
One thing that I respect about your father, and I don't even know him, is the fact that he asked you, "Do you forgive him?" So many times with people that we are supposed to forgive, they don't even see what they put you through.
Yeah.
So they're not going to sit down and ask you like, "Do you forgive me?"
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I kind of expected that question. You had 5.5 years to just sit down and think about what you did to everybody on the street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had 5 to 6 years. Yeah. Right. And like, with my life, my personal life, it's people in my family that don't even speak to me because I decided to go live with a white family. Like when I go to family functions, people look at me like, look at him, think he getting money. It's people in my family that's like, who told you could come? Yeah. I went to a cookout last week at my own house in Woodlawn, and when I grew up in the hood, my family lived in Woodlawn. I thought they had money because they was in Woodlawn, right? Yeah. I walked in the house. My cousin looked at me. He just came home from the can. He was like, "Oh, man, I'm surprised you showed up, Mr. Howard County."
Whoa.
I'm like, what that mean?
Well, believe it or not, people did the same thing to me when I lived in Perry Hall. So when I came back to the city, my friends would say stuff like, "How was the county?" As if you moved to a different, like it's still me.
It's
but
me.
I've never been like, even when I meet people, they say, "You from the county?" And I'm not. I'm from down the hill. But I'm not ratchet. I'm not loud.
Right.
So the thing that gets on my nerves about our people, they think talking right is talking white.
One more time. I need that again. Because that's a that's a major
and
fact.
I don't understand that. So it's like, because I can pronounce my words,
correctly
because I
fully,
can spell
correctly and fully.
I'm from the county.
See, and I told people in Howard County, I'm like, yo, my freshman year, I literally told one of my teachers, I'm like, listen, I'm like, y'all gotta give me a chance, y'all gotta give me a moment to adjust to this, because coming from where I'm from, being dumb in school and being smart is not where it's at.
Right.
So y'all gotta give me a chance to adjust to everything that's going on around here. Yeah. So after I went to Howard County, I walked in my first class, right? I'm lost in the sauce. I'm this Baltimore City child coming out here to this $1 million school, like, school bigger than whatever. Yeah. And I walk in, I straight sit in the chair and lay my seat back. I look around the class, ain't nobody else doing that. Notebooks out already. I'm like, nope, this ain't that kind of party. So I straightened up.
At least you went to that type of county school. Perry Hall was more city than any city school that I've ever been to. It's very city. Like, they was listening to Baltimore rappers. I'm like, they like, you know this song? Because they think, since I'm from Baltimore, I don't know that song. Like, I'm listening to what y'all supposed
Mr. Hall.
to be listening to.
We got a caller, y'all.
I don't know that song.
Mr. Hall, how you doing? Hey, you gotta let the world know about that comment, man. I was reading it. How you feeling today? Talk to us.
I mean, everybody have a different story. Everybody's situation is different. But it's like you know, you have your parents. You know what I'm saying? Your parent is your parent. It's something that you can't change. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you know what I'm saying, that relationship may be. Some people, they had a relationship with their parents that's tight or whatever. And then you may have, you know what I'm saying, of course, in our community, you know what I mean, the situation with fathers, you know what I mean. Most people don't have their father because they either dead, you know what I'm saying, not dead, and they locked up, not locked up. You know what I'm saying? It's a percentage that they, you know what I'm saying, either on their way to one of the two. So they out there, so they're not, you know what I mean, they don't really do your life. Or they could just be, you know what I'm saying, not being, you know what I mean, just being a piece of shit and got another life or doing whatever. Not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a different story.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's like, as a people, like, yo, you gotta know your lineage, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that relationship, you gotta have that story, you know what I'm saying? We already fucked up, you know what I'm saying, as far as, like, yo, to know your tribe, to know where you from, you know what I mean? We're in the fucking wilderness right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't even really got out from, you know what I'm saying, our true, you know what I mean, your history, yo.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I just, you know what I'm saying, died like last month.
Sorry to hear that.
You know what I mean? Thanks. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it's like. I'm saying, but you know, my father, like he wasn't in my life like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when he was there or had the opportunities to come around, like. You know what I'm saying? It was always 100 with him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I may have felt at the time, because, you know what I mean? You get told, like, oh, I'll come pick you up, don't get picked up and shit. You know what I'm saying? You get up, you go coming to be a man, you know what I'm saying? You're an adult. That shit changed, you know what I'm saying? Then when you do get them times, you know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking about no, man, why the fuck you ain't come give me them tennis and shit? Like, you told me you was going to do that shit. I told all my homies I'm going to get a motherfucking pair of shoes. And, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even fucked up relationship with your parents and shit. That shit would just be bad.
Right.
And then you, like, I see you one time, I don't see you for 3 years, now I see you for 10 years, may not be for 15 years. Next thing you know, you're an adult. So you're trying to build on relationships and still understanding. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own demons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They be having their demons. Like, they're really, you know what I'm saying, to the point that, like the homie was saying, like, yo, I go around and holler at my cousin, you know what I'm saying, yo, we just gonna fuck his ass up. Like, you be feeling like that, you know what I'm saying, towards, and be, you know what
Is What It Is radio show.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, "Oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support." Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support. No, sometimes it could just go off of. Oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown. Yup.
Well, you got to know. Know who you dating.
Hold up.
You just like
I just called her. I just called her and asked could she just get Junior some shoes. She couldn't even get him no church shoes. I'm taking her ass downtown. Now, when you go downtown, you go down there, you get $500.
Right.
Now you mad because you getting $500, and now you really ain't getting no shoes for Junior or Lord CC because you getting $500 now.
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if you're a good father or a good mother, and you paying child support, right? You still gonna go ahead and do all that because
hold up.
It's just what it is.
Hold on, and that's another situation.
Right.
But you know what that creates? Now when we at the party, mommy and daddy ain't even down there speaking to each other. Cause daddy done paid for the party and he done came out of pocket this month with $600.
Right, that's your child.
Be mad.
Listen. He shouldn't be mad, but he also has another child with his.
That's on him.
Okay,
go ahead.
He got another child with his.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm willing to offer anybody that's on the chat or anybody that calls in.
We back
For the next 30 days.
I'll
be willing to offer sessions, coaching sessions.
Okay. Oh, we back on air. I didn't know. Wait a minute. Give it to him one more time. I'm sorry.
He inspiring the team.
Yeah, man. Give it to us one more time.
When he finish what he doing, I'm gonna offer my little hand. Go ahead, Spooky.
Wait, one more time.
So, I was sharing with the family here for you guys tuning in. The special that I'm going to offer for anybody that wants some family relationship coaching. I'm offering free sessions for the next 30 days. If you sign on between today and tomorrow, just shoot me an email. My email is Darrell White, DARRELL, white like the color white, .CRS, Conflict Resolution Services, CRS, @gmail.com. My number is 443-762-6010. And again, if you give me a shout between today and tomorrow, I'll offer free coaching sessions for the next 30 days.
That's great.
He out here.
That's great.
I love it.
Free 30 days, and I'm sure Somebody can use
Somebody can use it. Look, I'm a back that. Anybody listening who got a son that play any field sports, we do work. It's me and a couple of my friends. We strictly run it through us. You send us over your information. Get at me. My email address is maxwell.saquon@gmail.com. Maxwell, like the saying, .SAQUAN. So what we do is we do field work for football, lacrosse, and soccer. We do ladder work. And we usually charge, but you got a son or a young man that you know, send them my way. We will gladly come and pick him up. We will meet him at his local field, and we'll get some work in on me.
Hey, what we can do too, I wasn't thinking, we can put it in the comments so they can see it.
Yeah.
You can put your email address. Yeah. You can put your email address.
We're going to put everything in there. Make sure you reach out, man, because it's stuff like that. I like being around minds like that.
Positive
that motivate
energy.
You to do what you're doing. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So send them my way, man.
Yes.
Let's
after
motivate
send
y'all.
Send them to me.
Right. We gotta motivate each other, y'all. We gotta support each other, motivate each other, and stay around positive energy. Shout out to my mama. My mama just tuned in. Shout out Patricia Bishop. Call me, Ma, if you want, so you can talk to the people. Call my phone. I put you on speaker.
Nice.
Shout out to Ronald Johnson, too, Michelle Peterson, everybody else. But listen up, y'all. There's a lot of positivity and a lot of opportunity. That's what we got going on.
Yeah, man. You listen. You get back what you give in the world, man.
That's right.
And listen, before we get up out of here, the only thing I want y'all to get from this, if you ain't get nothing else, kindness is free. Spread it everywhere. Just do your part, and it'll come back 10 times bigger. Yeah. Do your part.
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all something. Matter of fact, we swing it around. Mr. White, you got anything?
I just want to say that we gotta rebuild our families from the inside out.
Yeah.
And we got to be willing to do that apart from any broken relationship that you have with your child's mother, your child's father. I challenge you to love today.
Right.
I challenge you to love enough for the sake of the child to help to rebuild that, and I'm here to help.
Okay. Shay, you got anything you want to add?
I just want everybody to spread love. That's about it, and remain focused. Whatever you feel like you can't do, whatever you're afraid of, go towards it. That's it.
Okay, and I'm gonna give y'all 2 sayings. I'm gonna give y'all the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Think about that. Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Talk to 'em.
And I'm gonna give you one more. Something that rules the world. The 3 F's. And without these, it's a little tough out here. And the 3 F's are family, faith, and finances.
Look, man, money is the most dangerous drug the government gave us, bro.
That's right.
That's a fact. Money
That's
is
right.
the most dangerous drug the government gave us.
That's right.
Everybody just got it. Look, it's like your room in the house. Keep your room in the house clean. Everybody else keep their room in the house clean. The world will get clean slowly.
Slowly, right.
Exactly how it go. It don't all happen overnight, man.
Right.
Just keep it going. Ask the person how they doing. Hug them. Shake their hand.
There's nothing wrong with speaking.
Nothing. It's free to talk.
Free. We don't have to face fight. It's okay to ask your brother, your sister, how's your day? You know? We gotta loosen up, guys. It's too much murder going on for us to be walking around here face fighting and being mad over dumb stuff. And we got to progress, man. We got to stick together. Money is the root of all evil. Remember that. But we need to stick together, y'all. That's about it. I appreciate y'all for coming. I feel great. I feel great. So we got 30 seconds. Like I say, I appreciate y'all. We're going to do this again. We got to give the people more. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the viewers. I appreciate the listeners. Please like and share the show. And I promise, from here on out, The new It Is What It Is radio, nothing but positivity. Please, y'all, please tune in next week. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out, tuning in. Y'all be safe.
Thank you very much. Because they had nothing else to do. So it was like, imagine that your late husband